What's up guys, Houndish here, and today, Season of the Deep finally launches in Destiny 2, and this time around it's one of those where we get a bunch of information about the new season pretty much immediately before it actually drops. So today we finally get a trailer for the new content, but that one is going to be dropping pretty much a couple of hours before the season starts, so it's something to look out for, and of course for the first time we'll see some of the new content for the season. But separately, Bungie have just revealed that we will be getting some new PlayStation collaboration armor sets for Season of the Deep, and we get a closer look at those, so we'll cover them in the video. Plus in this one we'll round up a bunch of the changes worth knowing as we wait for the season to kick off today. And we've got updates to crafting, new mods coming into the game, exotic focusing, Guardian ranks changes, and plenty of other stuff to round up in the video. As always, it's exciting to finally be here at the launch of the new season. I'll be keeping you guys posted with plenty more Season of the Deep content, so if you do enjoy this one, be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you up to date. And we'll get into the Season of the Deep stuff momentarily. But firstly guys, today's video is sponsored by Enlisted, a new kind of first-person shooter that combines high-action PvP gameplay with PvE combat featuring squads of customizable AI soldiers who battle in huge maps that feature unique locations, weapons, vehicles, and gear across different eras. And Enlisted is available to play on PC, Xbox Series X and S, as well as PlayStation 5 and previous console generations. Enlisted features huge unique campaigns which offer a different experience every time you run them, and they're set in various locations with time frame specific equipment, featuring approachable combat and a short time to kill for infantry engagements. Plus, one of my favorite things about the game is that it has more than 100 unique weapons, tanks, and aircraft, but also each soldier class has different skills and upgrades available, whether it's recon and riflemen with bolt action rifles or engineers with SMGs. The game features super highly detailed graphics, environments, and authentic audio for ultimate immersion. And so I totally recommend that you guys check out Enlisted on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox using the link below. And even better, new players who register will get a huge free bonus pack by using my link, and that unlocks a premium account with multiple extra weapons, soldiers, and more. So don't miss out on it guys, the details are down below, and thanks to Enlisted for sponsoring the video. Now though, getting into the Destiny content for today, the community have been anticipating the trailer for Season of the Deep, and while Bungie have teased the new season, they've saved the major reveal for the content and the actual bits of gameplay I suppose, until immediately before the launch. So scheduled right now is the Season of the Deep trailer to drop 2 hours before the weekly reset time. So that should be 8 AM Pacific, and it's 4 PM here in the UK. It'll be up on the Destiny 2 YouTube channel, but as always I'll be sure to keep you posted with it right here as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But additionally, yesterday Bungie revealed some new collaboration armor sets that we're going to be seeing for Season of the Deep. And these are for a handful of PlayStation titles, so we can see the armor pieces right here. Obviously they'll be available via the Eververse store. And for the Titan it looks like we've got God of War themed armor, with the Hunter being Horizon themed on the main armor set, and then for the Ghost Shell, apparently that one is Last of Us themed. And then finally for the Warlock we've got Ghost of Tsushima. So an interesting approach this time, instead of it being one title, the collaboration focuses on multiple PlayStation titles, and of course PlayStation have a partnership with Bungie. So we're probably going to see more stuff like this in the future, but nonetheless, separate to the season armor sets, these are pretty cool, and give us your thoughts on them down below. Now though, with all that said, let's break down a bunch of changes that we're going to see going into the new season, and specifically right here we're going to focus on a lot of investment changes for the game. And so, firstly for Season 21, Bungie are adding the ability to electively activate Deep Sight on weapon instances to obtain pattern progress. And this will be done through a new mod slot, so to perform a Deep Sight activation on a weapon, we'll need a new currency called a Deep Sight Harmonizer, and non-raid weapons will cost 1 Harmonizer, while raid weapons will require 15 Spoils of Conquest in addition to that. And they've said the Deep Sight Harmonizer can be obtained through Season Pass rank rewards, so there'll be 3 of them in the free ranks, and another 3 in the paid ranks. That will be the only source of them for the initial rollout of the feature, so we're not going to have an absolute ton of them lying around, but it'll at least give us the option to use them on some weapons that we're struggling to perhaps get all of the patterns for. Bungie have said that not all weapon instances will be compatible with Deep Sight activation though, so they'll prevent us from activating Deep Sight for a weapon that already has a pattern unlocked, and weapons that previously had Deep Sight will be ineligible, as well as weapons purchased from raid vendors. although they say weapons purchased from Xur and the Gunsmith will support deep sight activation. So it will basically be an optional way to turn a specific drop of a weapon into a deep sight version. But Bungie have also said there'll be additional changes to crafting costs, so the legendary shard cost will be removed from all crafting components, and enhanced weapon costs will be based on weapon masterwork costs, so they'll still require legendary shards, as they're not yet modifying the weapon masterwork economy for Season 21. But overall, that is a positive change, and while we won't be able to apply it to an absolute ton of weapons, it will definitely be useful for any weapons that we really want to get crafted and perhaps are struggling to get the specific patterns for. So we'll get that optional shortcut on some weapons, which is good. However, moving to armor, Bungie have said we'll get some new armor mods. So firstly, there'll be powerful attraction, and when using the class ability, you collect all orbs of power within a radius determined by the number of copies of the mod we have equipped. On top of that, there'll be elemental charges, and collecting the subclass collectible associated with the damage type, like fire sprites, ionic traces, stasis shards, and so on, will have an escalating chance to grant you a stack of armor charge. And with Strand, that's going to be granted by destroying tangles, so a couple of potentially pretty decent mods right there. And when they revealed this, they also said they have a change coming to the shoot to loot weapon perk, and it will be enabled to pick up orbs of power in addition to ammo boxes moving forward. And here, let's get on to exotic and armor focusing. So all exotic engrams, aside from drops from activities that award specific exotics like Lost Sectors and the Vex Strike Force, will no longer auto-decrypt, but instead will sit in the engram inventory and can be focused at 2 different tiers. So there'll be advanced decryption, and we can focus an exotic engram to a specific entitled release, and those are for specific expansions, so Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, Witch Queen, or Lightfall. And the cost to do that will be 1 exotic engram, an Ascendant Shard, and 30,000 Glimmer. But additionally, they'll have precision decryption, and we can directly focus a specific exotic armor piece. Obviously, that will be really useful if you want to get a good stat roll or something like that on a specific armor. But Bungie have said that it will incur a higher cost, so it'll be 1 exotic engram, 3 Ascendant Shards, and 60,000 Glimmer, as well as an exotic cipher. They also say they plan to raise the exotic cipher stack limit from 1 to 5. So obviously it's really good functionality to have. It will be pretty expensive, but will be a very, very targeted way to get specific exotic armor pieces with improved chances at the kind of rolls that we're looking for. So share your thoughts about that, and of course it's worth trying to get some of those materials in the next couple of weeks as we approach the launch of the season. But in relation to exotics that drop from dungeons and raids, Bungie have said in Season 21 they're adding boosted triumphs to legacy content with randomly dropped exotic weapons. So for the Vault of Glass, for instance, the increased drop rate that's unlocked via various triumphs in other activities will essentially be applied to that older activity. And the good thing is that many of those triumphs are retroactive, so if you've already done a bunch of the raid triumphs for VOG, for example, many of those will be giving an increased chance to get the exotic drop. Next though, Bungie have given a bit of information about how Guardian ranks are going to work moving into a new season. So they've said that players should be able to represent their accomplishments across a whole season, and the goal is that players who've previously completed a Guardian rank should be able to renew that rank quickly in a new season. So the rank displayed to everyone will reflect your highest rank earned last season, and if you achieve a higher rank than you did in the previous season, it will be your new displayed number. Players can renew their previously completed ranks by only completing blue-tinted categories in the Guardian rank progression screen, and they add that other categories will not reset, and ranks that you do not renew will fade at the end of a season. Additionally though, commendation counts will be reset each season to reflect your experience with the newest content, so your commendation score and breakdown will be tracked each season, and you'll only lose a percentage of your commendation score each season, rather than having it completely reset. So I think that's a positive, and also in Season 21, they say they're adding a new display to the journey screen that will show your recent seasonal history. That'll include Guardian ranks, commendation score, commendation breakdown, seasonal challenges, and triumph score. On top of that, they've said that currently planned for Season 21 is that returning players will start at rank 5, and ranking up from 5 to 7 will be faster than it was to rank up from 6 to 7 at launch. And also, again, rank renewal will be fast-tracked, so most players will have quickly renewed rank 7 by playing seasonal content, earning new artifact power, completing seasonal challenges, and trying out the newest exotics. But here, briefly for PvP, there aren't an absolutely massive number of changes, but in Season of the Deep we will see the return of the Meltdown PvP map, and of course that was the Clovis Bray Mars map, And at the start of Season 21 for competitive, the Rose hand cannon will be replaced by a new competitive division-only sniper rifle. They say the plan is to add new weapons to competitive every other season, and they add that Rose will also return in a future season, but will be unobtainable during Season 21. In addition to that, Lord Shaxx will have a new Season 21 Ascendant emblem, and when they do that, they will retire the one from the previous season. And additionally, Shaxx will have a Transman effect for all players who reach Silver 3 or above. And not only is the Transman effect the first one that you can earn directly through gameplay, but it also uses some new tech so that it can change its appearance based on the current competitive division rank. So the rank icons will actually be displayed as part of that Transman effect, which is pretty cool. There are of course other changes coming in the update today, including adjustments to exotics and weapons, as well as a few ritual and sandbox focused things, so I'll link a couple of videos down below with more of those changes outlined if you want to check them out, but otherwise, let's get ready for the launch of the new season, guys. Let us know what you're most excited about with the new season, and any thoughts you have on the content that Bungie have revealed. Also, thanks again to today's sponsor, Enlisted, and if you like huge battles with hundreds of weapons, soldiers, and vehicles, then be sure to check out the game today on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation by following the link below. That link will also unlock a premium pack when you register on PC that has loads of bonus unlocks, so the info for that is in the description box. Plus, if you've enjoyed the video today, a rating below really does help us out, and be sure to get subscribed as well for a lot more content in the coming days. And otherwise, as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you have an awesome day.